Okay, so it's not a... Considering we can't actually fill this up, it's not a question of firing this up to get a hole open. A jacket? Really? Out
The
here?
jacket is frozen stiff, but it appears that there is still something in the side pocket. I don't think it will contain any vodka, but in this cold, I would be happy with whiskey too. If I only could get this damned cork out of this bottle.
Okay.
The bedding has soaked up fish oil. It is beastly heavy and stinks like one too.
Aha, it's heavy. If I remember correctly, this one was...
The freight elevator does not appear to be
very stable, yeah. Could we throw this one onto that?
And so I leave behind yet another trail of devastation.
Not our fault or trouble.
That would be enough for a lot of breakfast eggs.
Okay, so that's how we opened the hole instead. Fair enough. Because then I reckon we'll do this, and we'll use this on the frozen hole.
Well, it will probably take some time until the salt has eaten its way through the ice.
Okay.
In an abstract sort of way, the amulet represents a head. There is a large diamond on top. It looks to be very old, and if the diamond is real, it is worth a fortune.
If that's a diamond, could we use that to open, get the incubator over here open, I wonder? So, all the plungers already there. Let's see if this works.
It always looks so simple in detective stories. Plunger on the glass, cut it with a diamond, and... It really is simple. I have no idea what animal this comes from. It's too large to be a chicken egg, but who knows what they are doing here in the station. I think they are capable of anything.
You're probably right, but if I know bird physiology well enough, they tend to go for the biggest egg that resembles their own, so... Let's see, is there anywhere we can put this at all? Like... do we combine it in some way? Really thought that would be the solution, no? Okay, well at least we have something to exchange that for. Aha!
The salt ate a huge hole into the ice. There are people who prefer to jump into ice holes at minus 300 degrees, but I am definitely not one of them.
Okay, can we get some fish?
Nothing is happening. I probably should try it with some bait.
Do we have any kind of bait, like... Well, technically... no?
The lighter could serve as a blinker substitute and lead, all in one. It's definitely worth a try.
Yeah, I agree.
That was easier than I thought it would be.
Okay. Well done. You, bird, fish.
Maybe I can distract it with some fish.
Let's hope so, and then we can exchange the whatever it's sitting on with the egg. Yes, come on. Quick.
At least now the poor little guy has a real chance of seeing something come out of that egg. An egg-shaped thing made of metal.
Interesting. Question is, what do we do with that? Well, the only place I can think of that would go is here. Not sure we would want to do that though, but...
It fits, and the machine is also starting to work again. The pump is running. It's gradually getting warm again.
Good thing, I suppose.
Is missing. The water's going to drain right out again.
Okay.
I don't really feel...
Can we use this as an improviser? No. Could we... No? Okay. When in doubt, use everything with everything.
I don't need any more fish for the time being. And if I do, I know how it works.
Okay.
Empty.
Anything else in here then?
It only contains useless stuff.
Okay. Well, if that's not to work, can we...
They all appear to be very busy down there. I should take advantage of it.
Okay. In what way, though?
None of them has a cassette inside.
Okay.
There are 3,000... I assume that by entering numbers... What am I supposed...
Oh, worth a try. Can we now? No, okay.
I don't think it will contain any vodka, but in this cold, I would be happy with whiskey too.
Question is if that's a metal bottle or not. If we could use that in some way. Because clearly we need to clog up the tub for whatever reason. Okay, that's how it's going to work. Fair enough, I suppose.
So, pulled the cork in style.
So essentially it worked like a...
Nothing. All that effort for nothing. Again.
So essentially that worked like a extra big corkscrew or something. Fair enough. Can we now plug that up with this cork? Apparently we can. Good stuff.
It even reasonably fits into the drain. That should stop the water from draining.
Well done.
Yay! The tub is full. Woohoo!
So now, presumably we want that to freeze. So we take the strange egg out again.
Too bad, actually. It was just about to get nice and warm.
Because if we now go in here, it will hopefully have frozen solid.
The water has frozen over pretty quickly.
Can we now get to the camera?
I hope that the ice will hold me.
So do I. Aha.
The camera has been screwed on tight, but at least I could remove the strap.
Okie-dokie. Then presumably we want to watch the VCR tape here.
Oh, there is something else on the tape. A remainder of another recording. Looks like the room right next door. This Nicole Charleroi is having a discussion with a really elegantly dressed guy. Unfortunately, his back is to the camera. But I could swear that it's... What's going on down there?
I heard we are ready.
Yes, apart from a few small details, everything is ready. Thanks to the artifact, we were able to quickly bring the radiation fields to the desired level.
So I was right.
About the artifact?
About you, Professor Charleroi. Your team has truly done magnificent work. And Sergei, Oleg, you also deserve a lot of praise.
Thank you. It was an honor for us.
But enough self-congratulations. We still have a lot to do. Mankind is waiting for us to relieve them from a few decisions.
Massimo Gartuso? If he's involved in this, it must be a really big thing. And if he goes to the ends of the world just for this, then I'd rather not dwell on how big this thing is. Realistically, there are only two possibilities. Either I make sure there is a super big noise, or I die clandestinely, quietly, and unnoticed. And since I definitely do not feel like dying, I should think of something that makes a huge kaboom. Only I probably won't be able to do much by myself. I need help, and I need it fast.
Sure enough.
A huge plasma screen.
Yeah.
A huge plasma screen. What do they need all those video recorders for? There are 3,000 switches here, and not one is labeled. I'm not even going to try it. An egg-shaped thing made of metal. Nothing. All...
Okay. Could we fill this with... no, okay.
What am I supposed...
Okay. What haven't we done? suppose we could put this back in, but I'm not sure.
I've gotten warm enough now. The bad guys can go on freezing.
Okay. Fair enough, I suppose.
It's not making a sound. Something isn't right.
Somewhere out in the cold, the suspicion is confirmed. Massimo Gartuso, the tycoon millionaire, is actually the man behind the curtain. One thing is clear, something really big is going on. But what? Oh, hold on. 2513? Is that going to be the code to get over there? Let's try and see. Oh. Let's have one more look. 252513.
2, 5, 1, 3. Done it! I wonder what is waiting for me in that room over there.
Not sure we want to know, we want to find out, but let's have a look. Okay.
There is something in the close vicinity of the research station. Most likely an airplane. Maybe they can come and get me out of here. I just have to get their attention somehow. Full of fireworks.
Well,
I think I'll take a couple with me. And probably the matches too.
good call.
All of the equipment looks to be completely out of date. They obviously only invested in stuff that was absolutely necessary.
Okay.
All of the equipment...
Okay. Question is, can we use the firework over here? The whale oil turned that into quite a big fire.
Hopefully the fuses will work again if I pour the whale oil over them. If I put them on the floor and light them, that won't help much either. Maybe I can use them somewhere else that makes more sense.
Fair enough. Then it has to be over by the whaling ship for whatever reason. So like question is, could we use anything? Oh, really? Is that how we're going to do this? We're going to shoot this towards the plane? Really? Okay. Good stuff. Question is, who is in the plane? Really?
Max! So Oleg was right.
It's not what you think.
Typical statement from a man.
They aren't our enemies. They want to help us.
I've had my fill lately of people who allegedly want to help me.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry about Oleg.
How did you know?
Later. These men have brought me here to...
So you are in cahoots with them. They're the same guys who were seen in the museum by the janitor and the little girl when my father was kidnapped, right?
Yes, and the sect did actually kidnap your father. But for his own protection. Don't worry. He's fine.
For his protection? From people like you? You played me for a sucker and were working with these guys the entire time.
No, when I got back from Ireland, the sect also kidnapped me. Then they explained how everything fits together. I'd never seen these guys before that. You have to believe me.
Do I?
During his investigation into the Tunguska catastrophe, your father stumbled onto something that has to be kept secret at all costs. The sect has done everything it can to make sure this secret doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
And what is that?
The people believe that they're the offspring of aliens from outer space.
Oh, God.
And the Tunguska catastrophe was caused by a nuclear-powered interstellar spaceship that crashed while trying to rescue its last living survivors from Earth.
Bullshit! Psst. Don't tell me you believe that.
I don't know what I should believe anymore. Do you remember your encounter with the sect?
In Tunguska? Yes. It was pretty weird.
The fact is that in the summer of 1908, an unidentified object was annihilated in a detonation as powerful as a modern hydrogen bomb. But they found no crater and no remains. Then these strange fragments appeared years later. Your father examined them and discovered that they were made from materials that didn't come from Earth, but were processed.
The Kalenkov report?
Exactly. Then the military got a hold of the material, and your father was prohibited from doing any more research. When he and Manuel Perez took off again for the Tunguska region, Perez accidentally became a victim of an experiment that the military was conducting with the extraterrestrial object there. Your father realizes how dangerous the material is, but he continues to do research despite, or maybe because of it, until he comes across evidence of the Zopa, whose abandoned caves he discovers in China. There he discovers artifacts that consist of the same extraterrestrial material as the fragments from the Tunguska region. A strange connection, don't you think?
And one of the artifacts is here now, delivered personally by Nina Kalenkov.
The station belongs to a man named Massimo Gartuso. Have you ever heard his name before?
Billionaire, divorced 3 times, devastatingly handsome. You can ask him for an autograph in a second.
What?
He's here. I saw him below in the station.
Hopefully we aren't too late. He bought shares in all the telecommunication companies through middlemen and will soon control the entire mobile network.
That's bad.
So what? Are you afraid that the prices per minute will go up?
Be serious for a second, Nina. Don't you have any idea what they're planning here? Think about Perez's accident, the psychiatric clinic in Cuba, the French female scientist, and the Russians' animal experiments.
Give me a hint.
They are working on a technology that will manipulate thoughts.
Oh, come on. First you come to me with these aliens, and now this?
It sounds inconceivable, I know. But research into this technology is nothing new. As far as I know, no one has been successful yet. But with this extraterrestrial material, do you think that Massimo Gartuso will go to so much trouble if the artifact was merely of value archaeologically? The sect believes that he is about to implement this technology, and you can imagine what will happen then.
So, do you trust these people?
More than I trust this Gartuso.
And what are you
Touché.
planning to do?
The sect will take care of detonating the transmitter, and we have to find a way to disrupt the experiment itself. Are you familiar with the layout in there? Is there maybe a control room or something like that?
Sure. Follow me and try to be inconspicuous.
Yes, sir. Oh, before I forget, I found your cell phone in the caves in China. I thought you'd probably need it, in case you want to call me after all this is finished.
I know your number by heart.
So, the elevator should be working again. But maybe we should wait until the sect members have detonated the antenna.
And if not, we still have the element of surprise on our side.
So you really want to go down there?
Yes. Now let's go.
Damn, what just happened? The elevator appears to still be working, as do some of the doors, but I can't open the other ones. Nina, can you hear me? Just great. I have to get the doors open as soon as possible or we'll have a real problem. We've had more than enough of those already. Hopefully Nina will wait for me and won't do anything stupid. But if I know her, she probably will.
Max doesn't seem to hear me through the door. Now what? Hopefully he'll get the door open again. But I can't really wait for him to do it. We have no time to lose. Maybe that elevator still works. Then I can look around a little downstairs.
Look around a little downstairs. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. Well then, with that, thank you very much for watching, and with these all over the place revelations, I hope you'll tune into the next one, where we hopefully will be able to stop this Gartuso guy. But until then, see ya!